see. It may not let us by. Oh, we're live. Okay.
We're live.
We got it. All right. Welcome, Val. I'm so excited.
Hey, Frankie.
Hi, I'm Frankie, and that is Valerie. And we are here today to do live readings on Facebook and YouTube, right?
Yes, I think so.
So we're testing this out. So again, as you join us, drop a comment in so we know you're here. We're trying to see how the comments work when we're using a service that streams, and they may be like letting people know that we're live and we're on. So I think we should drop some hints too about what's coming up in a few months, what new thing we have to share.
I think so.
So that'll be exciting.
Yes, we've got a lot of great stuff in the pipeline that we are manifesting and developing. It's exciting. It is definitely exciting.
I have my whole list. Wait. So next Friday is the live psychic fair, right? Mm-hmm. I think that's right. The second Friday of the month. And
hey, Dawn, how are you? Sorry, Dawn just joined us. Nice to see you.
Oh, and you can see that on your end, Val, on your screen?
I can see Dawn has joined us from Facebook.
Okay. Welcome, Dawn. Hey, Dawn. We were chatting earlier today. So I can see it in my comments. It's not showing on the screen. Dawn, can you see that? And hello, Marina, on your comments. So we're trying to figure out what you guys see versus what we see, because we're using a streaming service to hit both platforms at the same time.
Hey, Marina. Good to see you.
Yes. Welcome. All right, guys. So we were just talking about some new things we've been working on. We're constantly coming up with new ideas and things to do. So if you didn't join our show on YouTube, it's recorded. Spirit Tribe Tea Talk. There were 6 of us co-hosting, and it is the second Wednesday of every month, 4:30 Arizona time, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, where we discuss everything spiritual and metaphysical. Oh, Don said he can see both of us. Perfect. Okay.
Oh, hey, Danelle.
Oh, hello. So tell them a little bit about the show, how you thought it went, Val. And
well, we did our very first show. It was sort of an introductory show where we went round table and talked about all the things that brought us into the spirit world. Well, I guess we're not in the spirit world. What brought us into the world of spirit? We're not there yet. We'll make sure we get in touch with all of you the minute we get there. So we were talking about how we got into spirit and how we got into this world, and we all have a variety of stories. Some of us have been here for a long time. Some of us have been dipping our toe in and out of the water, jumping in and out, trying to decide what works for us. And it's been our journey, and it's so much fun to share. So that is our first episode. Coming up in our next episode, I will be talking about mediumship, what it is, what it means, some of the mechanics of mediumship, which if you know nothing about it, hope I will be giving you a little bit of an overview of what it's all about. And if you know a lot about it, feel free to comment and correct me where I'm wrong, because I'm always learning. So but we'll have a lot of other great stuff talking about too.
No, great. And Danelle's on, but she's also a co-host on our show too. And she's going to be talking about some things and talking about empathy and empath and what an empath is in future shows. So pay attention for that too. I think that's really cool. So yeah. And then we have next Friday, the second psychic fair online. So if you want to have a more in-depth reading than what we do in these teaser readings for you guys, you can go there, and it's 10 minutes for $20, and you can get tickets. I think we have tickets at different time slots, starting at 4:30 Arizona time, going till 6:30. Val is going to be doing mediumship and card readings, right?
Yep.
And I think I may be doing some short readings, and I'm trying to think of who's Mama D will be doing readings too. So so join us for that. You have to get tickets for that, because we have to put you in with your reader and do a little more work, but you get a little more in-depth reading, and you can ask any questions that you want to ask. So yeah. All right. Well, if you guys are just joining us, we are doing some dual readings for fun because this just charges us up. Believe it or not, you guys enjoy this, but when we get done in an hour with you, we are so exhilarated and charged. It's that sharing of energy, and I love being around like-minded people. It just is awesome. So, whenever we get a chance to do anything together, I think we just jump at it because it's just a lot of fun. So. Yeah. So, what are we celebrating? We just had Memorial Weekend. I don't know if they can drop a little emoji on this. I guess they probably could. Somebody drop an emoji, and can you drop emojis? Welcome, Catherine.
Kathy! Woohoo!
Drop an emoji if you can. Drop one in the comments so we can just see if that works. So if you want a reading, you can put a question in if you want. You can just say, I'd like a reading, or you could drop an emoji. Usually we pick a fun emoji, but I'm not sure. We're not on TikToker, so it may be different. Oh, she dropped a little smiley of some kind there, so I see. All right. Okay. All right. Well, looks like Catherine would like a reading from us. So I thought I saw a little emoji before. So hello. Yes. All right.
I guess you could probably ask your question on TikTok. It zooms by so fast, so we can never
we can see this. It's a little bit slower paced on Facebook.
Yeah, just go ahead and just drop a question.
Or if you just want a card, we can pull a card for you. So Marina dropped a little emoji. I love it. So we can see the emojis. Perfect. Okay.
Nice.
All right. So I guess let's do Catherine first. What'd you bring out? Did you bring Oracle, Tarot? What do you got? One of each?
I got all of it.
Okay.
1, 2, 7. Something like
I even brought my grounding stones. I'm like, I need some grounding energy today. So I put some grounding stones around my cards. All right. Yeah. Miss Catherine. Oh, she popped a question. A question about loved one that passed. Doggies. Oh, all right. So.
Okay.
So let's see if Val gives a short message. She might be better at more mediumship reads when she does private or like the mini figures. But if she gets a little message, sometimes it's harder to give mediumship read on this. But
it is. Can dogs visit you? Absolutely, Kathy. Absolutely. My doggo visits me all the time, and it's lovely. Yes, your dog, and you know your dog can visit you. You know your dog is there with you often. And I could see her like you just reaching down and gently scratching her head while you're working. And I think you have the urge to do that from time to time and still doing that. And she just lets you know that she's still there. Definitely still there.
And you said working because look at the card that I pulled. And I was like, well, what does career have to do with her doggy, right? But
right.
So what's going on with your career, Catherine? Is there something, it's like a longing, I feel like, or I love this bubble around here with the birds taking flight. It's like something with career. Are you contemplating changing careers? Are you looking ahead? It's like in your mind, I see you sitting at your desk wishfully daydreaming about a different career. So I feel like maybe you want to change it. If not change careers, maybe it's changing where you're working at currently. And if maybe that situation at work isn't exactly as you would like it to be, I feel like there could be a change coming up soon for that. So, and I'm feeling like your little pupper goes with you and sits under did your dog used to sit under your desk with you wherever you worked or when you would work? Because I feel like at home, your pupper was, and I feel seeing like a little beige spaniel of some kind. And I don't know what kind of dog you had. So, that's what I'm seeing. So what do you have to add, Val? I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay. I got new life. New life. Really kind of expanding into the love and the passion that you have right now for what you're doing. And I feel like what you're going to get is a variation on a theme where what you're doing right now is going to grow and it's going to expand. And I honestly think that there's some things coming down the pipeline that you haven't even considered yet that is going to be a road open for you. So keep with it. It's gonna be good, Kathy.
And she just said, I love my current job, but my love and passion is filmmaking.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you're wishing for that, or you're hoping to expand into that. That's what I felt like from the career card. It's like you're looking ahead, kind of wishfully going, how do I make the leap from where I am here to where that is? And that was totally the feeling that I was getting. So I feel like there is opportunities to do that. What does that look like? Spirit saying, how do you plan it out? How do you get from where you are to where you want to be with that? What are the steps? So I feel like there's, besides you wishing for it or hoping for it, you need to have kind of an action plan, is what I'm feeling like, or some steps to get there in some way.
I love that.
Okay.
Dawn says, I missed my cat. I understand that. Dawn, I'm sensing that your cat was not what we would consider a typical cat. You know, the aloof cat that hides, that you never see, never find. I think this was a very connected, very affectionate cat that you had. And I believe that there was kind of a special kind of love and a bond that the two of you had, which I know a lot of us have cats and you never even see them. And I think this cat was very friendly with everyone. And I can understand why you would miss your cat. I definitely can understand that.
All right. Well, the funny story about cat, I got up at 5 for work yesterday. I stumbled into the kitchen, and the cat and dog always are right by my feet because they want to eat or go out. And the cat's holding something in her mouth, right? And I'm like, what you have a toy? And I'm looking down, and I'm like, and then she drops it, and this little mouse goes scurrying across the apartment I'm staying in.
Oh my gosh.
Just chasing it. At first I would have saved the mouse, right? He runs into the corner. But I was like, well, now I guess I know you're a mouser. I've never seen her catch a mouse.
Oh my goodness. Well, she's showing off her skills, that's for sure. That's awesome.
Now I'm like, oh gosh, don't leave me any presents. All right, Dawn. So I pulled a card for you. I pulled protection. So, and look at how almost like I feel like she has like a pregnancy in front of her, but it's really Mother Earth. So it's that protective, like feeling you get of protecting a mother protecting, their baby, their cub, their thing that is important to you, Dawn. And I know you're not pregnant and it's not you, but it feels like you're protecting something. Something is really important and dear to your heart. And it's like very special to you. And look at the butterfly next to her. So it's like this protecting what you treasure the most is what Spirit just said to me in my head. And what does that look like? And this, okay. So the butterfly is a spirit guide is what they're saying. And I just got the most amazing goosebumps. So look at how Spirit is all around her with the protection. So, okay, Spirit's not only saying protection of you protecting something, but you are protected by all of these loved ones. And there's a spirit guide there with the little butterfly. And I'm just getting a lot of goosebumps. So you are protected. Do you know of your spirit guide, Dawn? Are you aware of that? And maybe it's your cat. So he said it was my best friend. So yes. So that's what I was getting.
Do you want to see how funny Spirit is? Look at the card that I got. The Empress is essentially the same card that you just pulled. And this is a card of bringing forth new opportunity, new life, being protective, being caring and nurturing. And you can be caring and nurturing to a new endeavor. You can be something that you're doing that you're bringing to life. And I feel like there's this kind of a pivot point in your life where you're deciding if you continue on the path that you have been on, or if you'd rather just sort of dig in further into something and expand on what it is you're doing. And I feel like this is more of an expansion. This is more of a find the books, find the tutors, find the mentors, and really get connected with what your real passion is. Because I think whatever it is, it's going to grow, and it's going to grow pretty quickly, but in a very loving way.
Okay. And hope that resonates on with you. So, okay. All right. Miss Marina. And if you're just joining us, drop your name in the comments so we know you're here. Who said, wow, Spirit is amazing. See?
Yes. Yes.
Are you working on growing something new, Dawn? We're curious because we just give you the messages we get. Sometimes we don't know all the details. So, yes. All right. Miss Marina, what do we have for you today? Okay. And you're going to laugh because I stuck my oracle card in the deck with the tarot as I shuffled. And when I grabbed it, I grabbed the same oracle card again. I'm like, what the heck?
You do that a lot. Spirit is like, you get one card. And you're going to get 10 readings with this one card.
I'm like, I just put this card back. What the heck?
Spirit does that to you every time. I swear. It is amazing.
Hi, Misty. Welcome. Okay, so I did pull out a second card, but this was the protection card again, Marina. So it's protection. So everyone, I feel like when we see a card multiple times, and I say this often in my readings, this is more for the collective as well. And I'm getting goosebumps as I just said that. So there is this sense of protecting what is important to you, what is special, family member, a project you're working on. It's like close to your heart is what Spirit's just saying to me. Close to your heart, whatever's dear to your heart, you're protecting. But also know that you are protected. And then I pulled out the Six of Fire when I saw that, and I go, well, I'm not going to read that again, right? But I kind of have to, right? So, the Six of Fire is all about charging ahead. Six is such a great, I love six is my favorite number. Charging ahead that night, it's like good news. Marina, so what is the good news? What are you charging ahead? And you're being kind of, okay, so with this card, I would say you are divinely protected with this thing that you are charging ahead and moving forward with. And you're moving fast, I feel like. So it's good news. You're getting good news. There is something coming. You're moving ahead quickly. And you're just taking action. So whatever that is, I feel like you're divinely protected in what you are moving forward with. So what did you get, Miss Val?
All right. Mine is complex. I was trying to get an either or. You said diversify your income, crafting, or teaching. So I've got crafting right here. And the Five of Cups is a cup. I mean, look at how sad she looks right now. And I feel like basically you're disconnected from resources right now. I feel like there are things that you could definitely use that are sort of, you're having trouble connecting with those things at the moment. And I don't think it's an intentional thing. I think it's just, if this makes sense, not quite the time for this. Maybe it's not the time to really delve into the crafting. And I know, and then I looked at teaching, and then I got the 10 of coins reversed. So this is the happy family, and this is the not happy family. So if this is an either or thing, I think there's a third possibility. And I think that's what we're really looking at. We're not looking at it's crafting or teaching. I think there is another answer here. Let me pull one more quick oracle card for a little more clarification. This doesn't really help. This is blessed.
It's same with the protection, right? Blessed and protected.
Right. Full disclosure, Marina, I know you're bright, beautiful spirit, and I know that you are definitely blessed, and you bless those around us, or all of us. Everyone in your presence is blessed to be around you. So I'm seeing more of, if I'm just asking spirit, I'm seeing more of a hybrid situation right now, where it isn't crafting or teaching, it's teaching crafting. If that makes sense. I'm not sure what that means to you or how that looks. I got a little bit of doing this through the internet, but I also got this sort of an in-person small class, one-on-one kind of a situation, if that makes sense to you.
All right. And I feel like once you figure out what it is, you're going to be moving full force ahead with it. It's going to feel, it's going to resonate like it's meant to be. You're going to kind of click and be like, oh my gosh, why didn't I think of this before? Or why didn't this work? Why didn't I think of it? So, all right. Perfect. Marina says that makes sense. Okay.
Hello, Misty. Thank you for joining us. And if you're just joining us, go ahead and drop a little question or a little icon in our comment section. Let us know what's on your mind, and we'll do our best to give you a reading today.
Yes, we've uploaded this to YouTube and to Facebook just to see, because it has a little bit of a different audience feel than when we go to TikTok. So we want to try to encompass everybody and include them all. Also, if you're not doing anything and want a more in-depth reading from one of us or from Mama D, next Friday is our online psychic fair. And the tickets are $20 for a 10-minute reading. you would need to buy those ahead of time, and they are available on the website at alittlebitofkindness.org. So if you haven't gone to the website, go sign up, because it will send you newsletters about things going on. We have classes and workshops. We're getting to list more practitioners on the website. Eon, what's the new exciting news, Val, that we just decided to go ahead with last week? Do you want to drop those tidbits?
Oh, I'm going to let you make that announcement because I'm not sure exactly how much to say, how much to give away on that.
So, if you watched our Spirit Tribe show, I've been working with these lovely ladies, and we have a whole bunch of new ideas to launch and build community nationwide. And we just secured our gentleman who is working on our new A Little Bit of Kindness Wellness app that will be launched probably before the end of the year, maybe in 4 months. And we are going to feature all kinds of wonderful short videos on anything spiritual. We will have categories like yoga classes. We will have yoga teachers. So we're looking for gifted teachers to build community, to share their skills. There'll be readings of the day, astrology messages. There'll be positive mindset section where we might have journaling prompts one day, and you might get a guest teacher who does a video on breath work. So all kinds of classes and short videos will be available on the app. You'll be able to download it from the App Store or Google Play. Is that what they call it? And put it on your phone. And you'll be able to access these videos, and we'll have readings that'll be posted weekly, a bunch of readings for the day, astrology updates. If you need to take a quick little yoga class or stretch, we'll have that. If you need to take a break from work and jump into a little breathwork video, you'll be able to star your favorite videos and save them to watch them later or over again. And you're going to get to meet all kinds of wonderful practitioners. And as we continue to meet new practitioners, we're going to be sharing them with you. And if you really like them, you'll be able to book a service with them through our website or through them personally, as well as we'll have workshops that they will be offering. And we'll be doing a lot of interviewing with them on our new Spirit Tribe Tea Talk show. We'll be bringing you practitioners, modalities, things we're interested in. What do you want to learn more about? Anything and everything spiritual. It's a safe space to come and say, I've always wondered about, what is it? And we'll be happy to discuss it and bring it up. So throw out your ideas, because we're very interested, and we hope that you join the show. It's the second Wednesday of every month, 4:30 Arizona time, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, and it's on YouTube, and it's called Tea Time. Spirit Tribe Tea Talk.
We maybe need a little acronym or something.
It's a tongue twister. We'll have to put abbreviations on it or something.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I think Misty asked, she would love, this is just about life.
You want the trifecta. You want all the things.
Yeah.
Life,
Okay.
love, and health. That's all the questions. So, yes, let's do what we can.
And you said you got a new deck, right? What was it?
I do have a new deck.
About a love deck.
So, full disclosure, I was in Sedona last week. And of course, have to go get a reading or two because it's Sedona, right? So I picked up this deck. It's called Whispers of Love. And the lady who read for me used this. And I love the complexity of the images. There's so much layers. And it's just really pretty. It's just a really pretty deck. Here's the back of the deck. So,
okay.
Yeah. So let's see. Misty, let's talk about love first, because this is sort of a love deck. Let's see where you're at. Ooh. I'm getting an image from Spirit of multiple balls in the air. Feels like you're kind of casting a net right now. I wouldn't say a wide net, but you're sort of looking at different possibilities at this point in time. So let me see what they're just not, it's a brand new deck, so they're not jumping out like they normally do. Okay. the card that I've got reads, treasure your loved ones. It's important to love others deeply. And let me show you what this card looks like. Look how protected they look right there in the center, this image. It's a mother and children. And I believe that there are people in your life that you work very hard to really let them know how important they are to you. And the next card says, look to your inner strength. You're stronger than you realize. And look at this card here. I feel like this one applies to your health. I feel like there are some things going on with you right now that are question marks and you'd like answers, not exclamation points. You would just like some solid, gentle periods at the end of the sentence, kind of leading you in a direction where you know what's going on with your health and you know how you can manage it better. So I wouldn't worry about it too much because I feel like those answers are forthcoming. And I do feel also that there's love coming into your life, but I feel like this is an opportunity for you to be very clear and very discerning on what will fit for you. Don't accept a minimum. Make sure it's exactly what you're looking for, because I think, like I said, those balls in the air are giving me the impression there are possibilities. So go with what works deeply for you, not what you'll settle for.
All right. So I pulled out 3 oracle, and I kind of did them in the order she said: life, love, and health. So for life, I got happiness. So I love this card. She looks so happy and joyful. She's like in a swirl of energy. I feel like everywhere you go, you have this contagious happiness, this joyfulness that you bring to all of those that are around you and everybody that you touch. That's the feeling I'm getting when I look at this card. You try to see the best in everybody and the best in the situations and look for, the positive in everything that you do. And that's how I feel you go about life with this card. And so keep that positive energy and vibe, because it's very beautiful. The energy around that is gorgeous. And you asked about love, and I pulled this card that said reconciliation. Okay. Now, when we talk about love, I always feel like love could be not just a romantic love life, but it could be a love of life or a love of what you're doing. But for this, it's like, what is the reconciliation? What are you looking to kind of mend? Or it's like, look how they're reaching out to grab hands under the moonlight, and they're just enjoying the moment and just having, like, it reminds me of what's the number 2 that show's coming up, the witch movie. The second one's coming out next week with Sandra Bullock. They keep talking about that.
Oh, Practical Magic.
Mm-hmm. And so it feels like this is like that where you're grabbing your sister's hands, and I'm getting goosebumps now, and you're just out under this, like the moonlight, just dancing and having a love of things, reconciling. And Spirit's telling me, like, find that love, that passion again is what I'm getting a message for. Like, not only is it reconciling, it's like that reconciliation inside of yourself. How are you rekindling that feeling, this feeling of dancing under the moonlight with somebody? And if it is a physical reconciliation with someone too, it's like, what is it that you need to work on? Where can you find that joy? And the goosebumps just went totally flat when I said that. So it's like, where can you find that joy in yourself? Not only, but what does that reconciliation mean to you? If it keeps coming back to you, like, what does it mean to you? How is it resonating for you? And what does that look like when you talk about that? And the third one that Catherine said, Girls Night Out. That's right. I think that movie, I can't wait for it to come out. And they both don't look like they aged a year, right? Like when they
I don't think they have.
I'm like, that's got to be a lot of special effects going on there. And the last one you said health. And so I pulled dreams. Okay. So when I think of dreams, I think like at night, messages are coming to you from spirit is the first thing that I'm getting, is like when you're at night, are you worried about things? First of all, but I'm not feeling this huge worrying when I say that. I'm feeling more like there are messages spirit are giving you to help you interpret what's going on with you. And kind of like that feeling of like we all have the ability to kind of heal ourselves in some way. And I'm feeling that there's something about your dreams, or spirit is trying to give you some message about what is going on, if there is a health issue, and to pay attention, because there are things like, I feel like there's intuitive little messages being dropped to you, to pay attention and look at that. And also, I want to just say on a basic note, are you getting enough sleep? Like, are you up all night worrying about things too? Like, this is the first thing I'm seeing you looking out the window, wishing things were different. It's that, I feel like during the day you come across very happy and you have this joy, but I think that takes some toll on you, because when you go home at night, that's when you process things and things really come to you. And so I'm feeling like spirit is watching over you. Spirit wants you to dance under the moonlight and find a love for life again, because I feel like there's kind of an emotional block is what I'm feeling, more than a physical. Like, it's more of a, like, there's so many things that are weighing heavily on you that not everybody sees or knows about, or that you share. Okay. And so go out, reconcile. What does that look like? What do you need to, they're telling me, heal and forgive within yourself. What does that look like? And pay attention to dreams, because I feel like there are messages coming to you. And maybe you have a dream and you wake up and then you forget about it and you don't remember, but there's some things to pay attention to and make sure you're getting enough sleep. So I will leave you with that, Misty. I hope that resonated in some way for you. So,
Frankie, as you were saying that, I was almost going to ask, are you getting enough sleep? Because I was getting that feeling that you were not, that I got this card that popped out too, never ending story. And I feel like, she's worrying. She's in her head a little too much. And underneath here, there's this little itty bitty heart that's being preserved, but she can't see it. She needs to kind of pop down a little and kind of take a look at all of the blessings that are hiding underneath, because they're there, but it's hard to focus on those when you're so worried about other things.
Absolutely. So, okay, perfect. All right. Well, so what other things do we have coming up? I'm trying to think of what I didn't get super prepared to write all these things out.
Well, if you're just joining us, I think Misty is our most recent person.
Okay.
We do have, what, Marina, I'm sorry, before we go to that, Marina, I never ever do a reading where there isn't a little bit of spirit message in it for me as well too. So I love it that you picked up on that you heard us say some things and that made sense for you as well, because spirit is funny that way. Spirit is just amazing that way. How there are little, what is one of my mentors calls them nuggets. You get little nuggets along the way. But coming up, we're going to be doing the online psychic fair, and we love doing the online psychic fairs because it's really accessible to a lot of us. I mean, you can do it from your cell phone. You can do it not while you're driving. We prefer that not be the case. But from somewhere safe, anywhere you can connect with us. All you have to do is buy a ticket. It's only $20 for 10 minutes. Is it 10 minutes of a reading? I can't remember.
I think it's 10 minutes now. So for now,
I pay no attention to those things. I do it as long as I need to, and then we move on. So I am not very left-brained, very logistical.
And these are private. We do put you into a little room, a meeting room with just the reader and yourself. So it's not something that's shared. And so you do have privacy to ask questions, delve into a little more detail than we would do when we're in public giving a message like this. So you might get a little more detail. And we switch up the readers. So we're doing it every month, and we're doing it on a Friday night. So if you don't have anything to do on a Friday night, we thought this would be a fun time to do it, right? You're sitting at home and you're going, oh, this week was really terrible, and maybe I need a more in-depth message. So we picked Friday night, second Friday of every month. There's usually some tickets left that day. So you can go on and pick your time slot. We have the time slots every 15 minutes, I think. So you can pick your time slot and pick your reader too. So if you have a particular reader that you want to be with, you can pick that reader. And Val will be doing readings too, so she can use her card. She can do a little more with mediumship than we can do when we're just doing these short reads. So
Yes,
absolutely.
and I can get in touch with animals too, and Mama D is going to be there. And she is an amazing animal intuitive as well. So she uses tarot for it, but she's really using mediumship, but she hasn't quite embraced that that's what she's doing yet.
Yeah, so if you want to do something with your animals, she'd be happy to do that with you. She would love it. So tell us how you went to an animal fair, right? And we're doing readings. How did that go with you guys?
We did that. It was celebrating animals. It was a big thing that we do in the park here every year. And it's brought to us by the Nancy J. Brewer Animal Care Center here in town. Arlene is the mastermind behind it, puts it all together, does a great job. And the idea behind it is to bring animal organizations from across Cochise County into one area. And they're so vast. There are 4-H kids there. The alpaca folks are there. People that train dogs, people that have snakes. I mean, if you can wrap your head around anything to do with animals in our county, somebody is there representing that. To include Dee and myself, we were there doing pet readings for folks who needed to know, like, what's the health of my pet, talking to pets in spirit, and things like that. And honestly, we did some human readings as well because it was fun to do. Some people were like, "No, I just need a reading," and that was fine too. But it was really wonderful. In the end, we were able to make a contribution to the Friends of the Sierra Vista Animal Shelter to kind of help support them. And it was just a beautiful day. It wasn't too windy. Last year, it was so crazy windy. We ended up packing up a little bit early, but this year we were able to stay till almost the end. Even though it was a little windy, it wasn't as bad this year.
Good. Well, if you're just joining us, I see people are on, but I don't know if everybody's on that we mentioned. Just drop a message or your name. We're happy to give you a reading. We're doing dual readings today. And if no one is dropping a message, we are in Gemini right now. Should we do a little reading for Gemini?
Sure.
Anybody a Gemini in the audience right now?
Are we in Gemini already? Hi, Moira. How are you?
Yeah. Welcome.
Thanks for stopping in. If you'd like to post a question in the comments, we will give you a reading. But let's do a reading real quick for any Geminis out there.
All right. So let's see what Geminis need to know for their birthday month. And happy birthday if you're a Gemini. So, all right.
We're good, Moira. Thank you so much for popping in today.
Yes.
I like your cat icon. That's cool. Awesome. Let's see. I'm going to use my brand new love cards, my Whispers of Love cards.
Awesome.
I feel like as summer happens and as things get warmer, it just feels like love just is more
Blossoming in the air. Morris said that's my tabby. Aww. My daughter has a tabby. We rescued a bunch of them when they were kittens and fostered them. They're so cute. All right. So, you want to go first, Val, or what do you want to do?
I'm trying to get a card to jump out. I'm just going to find one and pick one.
Okay.
We're going to pick right off the top. Let's see what happens. You know how you keep picking the same card all over and again?
What's the one? And what's it mean?
Treasure your loved ones.
Oh.
Marina, you said your mom is a Gemini. And I think this is a kind of a nod and a wink to remember to treasure your mom and know that she loves you. And know that, sometimes there are days where you need to step outside and get back in nature and take a deep breath. But there is a lot of love there. A lot of faith in that.
Beautiful. So, all right. Well, I pulled 3 for Gemini just to see what it said. So the first card I got was the 7 of Air. So for my Gemini friends, I feel like, look at how the unicorns are all taking a little bit of a break. So you need to take a little bit of a break in your mind. You've just been kind of overthinking things. Things maybe I feel like Spirit's saying, haven't quite worked out like you had hoped. There's like some obstacles you're stumbling across. And I think you're just getting really frustrated. I feel like you're going like, what's going on? How come nothing's falling into place like I wish it would? So take a little pause there. Give your mind a little bit of a break. Maybe vamp or rethink a little bit through what you're doing, because then the next card that I pulled was the Page of Air. So see, again, I love this card. This card's come up quite a bit for me this last couple of weeks. The Page of Air, and look at the spirit animals that you have around you, and look at how she's the fierce warrior. So become the fierce warrior. If things aren't quite working out, take a moment to regroup, rest, and then become that fierce warrior and trust that your spirit animals are around you and they're saying, hey, come on, we're ready. We can handle this. You have the strength to dig deep for it, right? Because, and these are all air, it's all about thinking. You Gemini are overthinking things. The next card I pulled was the Knight of Air. So you are ready. Once you're ready to move forward, you are going forward with gusto. In your mind, you've worked it all out. I feel like Spirit's saying, like, you worked through whatever those obstacles are. You took a moment to pause, maybe sleep for the night, rethink it through, revise, and you're like, okay, let's go. We're ready to go. And now I know I've got all my ducks in a row. So just know there might be a temporary, pause, but it's all something, mentally you're thinking about, but you're going to work through it. Take a pause. Don't get too upset if things don't work out quite like you think, because sometimes in our mind we have everything worked out, right? And then when they don't, we get really frustrated. And don't throw the towel in. Just, know that it's just a stumbling block, and you too will gain that courage in your spirit animals to charge ahead. A lot of air, right? More, I was like, we got 3 air. But
isn't Gemini a water sign?
I'm trying to think. The Gemini is the one that the twins, right? So they have two. I have a friend. He's a very different personalities they can have. So.
Oh no, it's an air sign. I'm so sorry. I don't know these things very well. I know I'm a fire sign. That's all I know.
Certain ones. I know fire signs and some water signs, but air. So Gemini is air, and that was all air. So
that was all air.
It's all about thinking. Like, there must be something that's just not quite going to work out quite like they planned, but they'll get through it. So that's good. And then I feel like they pick up their bootstraps and that determination, and they're all ready to go. They've got it figured out. So that's perfect. So that is our Gemini. So all right. Well, we can pull another sign if we have anybody just joining us. We are doing dual readings today. It's not June yet, right? Next month.
It's almost June. It's about a quarter to June.
Danelle's on.
Like a few days away. Monday, I think.
I know. I don't even know what day it is, right, with the holiday. It's Thursday, right? It's not Friday yet. So.
No, it's Thursday, yeah.
All right, Miss Danelle. She says her air sign is her hubby. He's a Gemini. Oh, well, did that pertain? Maura said Pisces. She's very Pisces. Okay. I think my new baby, and Dawn said Pisces too. My new grandbaby is a Pisces. I thought for sure he was going to be Aries because I bond so well with Aries, and he came early. So I said, I don't know much about Pisces. I don't have a Pisces close to me or have. So, but we can, let's do a read for Pisces since there's 2. And then we'll pull a card for Danelle. Danelle, do you want us to do a reading? You can say no. I don't want to overstep boundaries because we should always ask permission. So,
I don't think we've done one for Moira either. So if you want one too, Moira, let us know what your question is.
Yes. All right. Should we do a Pisces while we're waiting for Moira and Danelle to tell us?
Danelle says, yes.
Well, we did the show the other day, and who was telling me, I think it was Shannon, said she was so glad she didn't know everybody that was on, but I could see on the ticker that there were 11 or 14 people watching, right? But only like 5 people commented. And I guess I should have asked everyone to drop their name in when they signed in, right? Shannon said, I'm glad I didn't know people were on because she knew them and it would have made her nervous. And I said, what difference does it make her? But she said, oh, no, it does. And I said, okay, but she said, next time I'll be okay with knowing, right? So I said, okay. But I said, there were all these people on and I didn't even know they were on. And when they told me later we were watching, I'm like, why didn't you guys put your name in the comment? We were giving away something. Yeah, we were giving away a free reading. Nobody wanted to get the reading at the end. But okay, so Moira said, sure. How will my gardening season go this year? Danelle said it made a difference too. All right, let's see. How's gardening season going? I feel like I should grab my oracle deck here. I'm so happy gardening. I love going to the garden center and seeing all the flowers. I think they're so pretty. I don't have a yard to plant them, so I kind of look and think like I love them, but where am I going to put them? Oh. Moira said last year was a bit too much. Too much gardening, Moira, or too much in general? Aw.
I am going to use these cards. I think these cards seem to speak more to like gardening. Okay. So I'm going to look at that.
What'd you get?
Gardening season is better than Christmas. I will have to agree with you there wholeheartedly. I'm a summer girl.
Yeah. All right. So I pulled two. Oh, go ahead, Val.
She says last year she planted too much.
Okay.
I think I got a card that says wear your party hat. So maybe don't plant quite as much, but do plant all of those that you really genuinely love. The things that you really want. If you're planting herbs or veggies, really focus on those, or the really beautiful flowers that you really love. But those other things that you're like, well, I don't know, this one dies if you put it in the shade, or if you give it 2 ounces too much water or whatever, don't mess with those. Plant the stuff that is going to bring you joy.
Yes. And that's funny because I pulled the card love. Like plant what you love, what has meaning to you. I feel like, okay, is there a grandmother, a mother, someone who had a favorite flower that meant so? And it reminds me because my grandmother had a favorite flower. She would plant this little bleeding heart, and lilies of the valley always remind me of that. And this card reminded me that you should plant something that you love and that brings you memories of somebody really special. And beauty was the other card that came out with it. And of course, flowers are beauty, and you're beautiful just as well, Moira. So make sure you're planting what you love to plant. Spirit's saying you don't need to be weeding things that you don't really care about. So plant the things that you love, and you'll have a bunch of beautiful things. So I'll leave you with that. And
Don says tomatoes take over your yard, and if you have too many, feel free to share. I
know. I don't like to go to the store and buy tomatoes. They just don't taste like when you grow them in your garden. And
yeah, but it isn't fair because in the Midwest, you take a seed and you hover it over the soil, and the soil goes, boom, here's plants. In Arizona, you plant the seed and you wait and you water. And you water and you pray and you hope and you get a tomato. You don't get a tomato.
No, I tried the 2 years I was there to grow tomatoes and stuff. And I've had really nice gardens in Ohio, and I could not grow anything. I could grow my rose bushes. That was about it. That would survive. Right. But, and some flowers that were kind of shaded. But no, 150 pounds of tomatoes last year in Canada. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Please tell me you canned or something, because that is incredible. That's gorgeous. I love that. There's nothing like a fresh tomato. I'm having a little bit of nostalgia right now.
It's like a sandwich with tomato. Like if I want to make a sandwich, I got a rotisserie chicken tonight on the way home, and I'm like, you have to have a fresh cut tomato with it, right? And you just wish you had one that was right out of the garden you could go pick, right?
Yes. But Moira, I'm so sorry. That is a lot. Wow.
That's where you put a little sign up, come pick tomatoes or something, or charge by the bushel or something, and just get everybody to come and pick them.
3 pounds of tomatoes, 25 cents. Just take them. It's you pick right now.
Yeah, and I used to get the green ones. I'm not a green tomato eater, but my neighbor would be like, I'm just going to kill the plants off. It's the end of the season. They're green. And she's like, oh, no, I love the green ones. So I'd pick all these green ones and take them over and here you go. I'm not a green tomato eater.
You have to put them in breading and deep fry them, and then anything is good like
that. That's why at the fair, the Twinkies and stuff and Oreos. Right. All right, well, let's do Danelle wanted reading. So let's see. What do we got from Miss Danelle? What does she need to know? Did you have a question in mind, Danelle, or you just want us to pull a card? I feel like that with eggs. The one year I bought all these other chickens, and I must have had 20 chickens at the time on our little acre with the kids were little. I had so many eggs that summer when they all like started laying that I was just like, what am I gonna do with all? I couldn't give them away. I ended up like throwing away so many eggs that I was.
I know. We had the same thing when we were kids. We would go take the little radio flyer wagon up and down the street with the pounds and pounds of zucchini that was, like as big as your head. It was crazy. And nobody wanted zucchini because everyone was like, get out of here. We have 50 pounds of zucchini in the car. You couldn't give it away.
I love zucchini bread, so.
Oh, I do too, but not that much. It's too much.
I mean, it's true. It's the zucchini no one wants until you bake them in chocolate zucchini bread. Oh,
What the
Laura,
what?
what's that recipe? Hi, Amber. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
That was my other name, Mama.
We're doing readings, Amber. So if you want one or you have a question, drop it in the comments. All right, Miss Danelle. I pulled 2 cards for you.
Ooh.
Keep going. Seven of water. So got some kind of I would guess from reading this, some kind of emotional situation where there's some challenges. And look, like under the water, you have all of these cups that are there and trying to decide or see them. And is this the one where the mermaid's in the background, but I can't really see? It's almost like they're shining so brightly too, but there's a cloud to look down and see which one to pick from or what is the best situation. So there's a challenge, I feel like, with something, and it's an emotional challenge about what to do, choices, lots of choices. And what does that look like? You're kind of not sure. You've got a lot of different feelings all over the board about them. But you've got Archangel Michael who pulled out with that card, the Emperor. So you have the skills and the knowledge. Like you're standing strong. Look at, he's got his baton there. He's got his arms crossed, and trust that you know what the best choices are. And I also would say, and I think feeling like this is resonating with your husband. Is your husband there? Is he going to be part of this decision? Is he helping you with this decision? So it's about the wisdom that comes to the table is what I'm feeling like this, and helps you determine this. Because here's you, the water and emotion, and here is the Emperor who stands firm and has the wisdom and knowledge. And I trust that you do have the wisdom and knowledge to make the right decision too, that you can be more guided by your emotions. So trust, I feel like there's some guidance or someone to look to who's there to help you, kind of like a rock is what I'm hearing in my mind. So I hope that resonates with you.
Danelle, I'm laughing because I think I pulled the same cards, but with different decks. I got the Thinker. Look at how she's overthinking everything. And she looks so small up against the backdrop because she won't stop thinking about it. She won't stop letting all of those things swirl. And then I've got the King of Swords, who is also the overthinker. But I always think of this one as sort of more the logical thinker. This just feels like swirling thoughts or emotions. And this one here feels more like the logical thoughts that are being injected, the more deliberate thoughts. Whereas if this one is the one that's just kind of going free form, like that watery emotion feeling, then this one right here is that logic being injected in there. That, all right, calm down. Let's take this a little piece at a time and figure it out. And I think together you guys are going to make that decision make sense. But right now it feels like so much anxiety just kind of jumbled all together. But eventually it's gonna level out a little bit more. It's gonna make more sense.
All right. I hope that resonates with you. All right. Amber said chocolate banana bread is amazing. Chocolate zucchini bread sounds lovely. I don't think I've ever made chocolate zucchini bread, but I always make banana bread. And my one daughter, she always says, "Did you put the chocolate?" I used to put the mini chocolate chips in it because I love chocolate. So I have so much going on at once, but it's usually a good thing. I'm an overthinker. Yeah, thank you. Okay. One thing at a time is all you can do, Danelle. So don't stress on it all. It'll work out. Universe will provide what you need when you need it.
Isn't it funny how Spirit just will keep saying the same message over and over again? I feel like Amber and I had that exact conversation, and those exact same words not all that long ago, just a little while ago today. So I think it's amazing. It just swirls and swirls and swirls back on itself. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah. All right.
And do you have a question? I think I'm going to let Frankie take an Amber question though, because I Don't know that I
Oh, okay. I
objective.
didn't realize it was that Amber. Hi, welcome, Amber. All right, Miss Amber, would you like a message from Spirit? I don't want to overstep bounds because you just talked about bread, so and bread's okay too.
Bread is lovely.
Bread is good. We like bread. So. I would like some zucchini bread too bad no one has zucchinis now. Right? Lots of bread recipes on YouTube. Chocolate zucchini. Okay, I gotta look that up because I never thought of putting chocolate. Is it well? Because it tastes like banana bread, zucchini bread, really. So I guess it would taste very similar, right? So, um, all right, Miss Amber, did we lose you? Or are you still here?
I think she's still there. I think she's probably multitasking, trying to.
Okay. All right, when you're ready, Amber. Oh no, that's okay. Having a huge emotion, I have no idea what Spirit would have. All right, I'm gonna pull some cards. So let's see. What do we need to show Amber? I feel like I'm just gonna pull these top three. Lots of fire. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Page of Fire was the first card that I pulled. So, charging ahead, it's like you want to go ahead with things and you have this way you want them to do, but I feel like there's things that just get to be too much. And because the next card I pulled was the 10 of work. So 10 of fire, too much work. So look at how the dragon is like hoarding the pot of gold that you have there. And there's so much going on. And I feel like you're at the end of this situation. Things haven't been I feel like when you say that, like, I'm feeling like things at work aren't quite like you thought they would be. I feel like there's struggles, interpersonal struggles with the people maybe at work. There's things that maybe you don't agree with. There's like, I feel like it's like every little, you ever go to work and you feel like you have that week where everything goes wrong and like nothing seems to feel right is the feeling that I'm getting when I pull this card for you, which she just said, I'm multitasking. I'm here unloading my car and unpacking boxes such as while you're in my ear. Okay. Yes. So I feel like there's just a lot of things. I feel like there's some conflicts maybe with coworkers or your boss. You don't really agree with the way some things are done. It kind of doesn't ethically feel right to you. That's how I'm feeling about things. You kind of need this job, but you kind of don't. Should you do something? I feel like your mind is going like, oh my gosh, my mind is like going in a million different directions. And you're there and you're frustrated and you're going through the motions of the day. But like if you could walk out that door, you wouldn't be walking out that door. So you are like you're exhibiting a great deal of patience, my dear, is what I'm feeling like, and I'm proud of you for that. Because then comes the Page of Earth. You've got two pages here. Like that's a new youthful way of feeling about things. One is about fire and one is about earth. So this one's about, I feel like you just need to ground. You need to start things. So when you say you're unpacking boxes, I don't know if you're moving or not, but this feels like you need to kind of ground. You need a fresh beginning. I feel like you're sitting on your bed. She's sitting on the mushroom here, I feel like, or in the forest, and you're just sitting there going like, I just don't think this is working out the way I thought it would be. And what is it that I can do to move forward or move and be something different? And I feel like it needs to be more grounded. I feel like this is a very frazzling situation with lots of just the action and the fire going on. But for you, I feel like you need this moment where you need to kind of regroup, recollect, rethink about, is this even it? And I feel like, would you even just leave this? I feel like almost and do something different, or you really long to do that. But I feel like there's some new beginning coming. I feel like this is a new beginning. It will be more grounded. It will be more simplistic in some way. I feel like it's not all of that chaos, not all of that chaos. Like you can't do it. You just can't do it. Is the feeling like you're getting? You're going, I can't do this anymore. It's not working. So look for something that's more, brings you down to earth. It's simpler. There's less. I'm feeling like there's less people around you. Like when you do this too, it's more simplistic. Like it'll be you. It'll be quiet. It'll be like very peaceful. So is there something you can switch to? Is there a new way you're going to go? A new place? It's like you're sitting on the bed of a new room for the first time, and you're kind of thinking like, okay, like I'm starting all over. And you're leaving, I feel like you're leaving a bunch of stuff behind. You're leaving some stress behind. And you're like, whew, boy, that was like way more than I thought it was ever going to be, is the feeling I'm getting. And I just need to kind of regroup and start over again. And that's not a bad thing. So much going on in this year. Huh? Aw. So, okay, you're regrouping and you need to do something that's grounding, and this has a fresh feeling for you. So, what is grounding? Can you go outside? Is there somewhere you like to sit? It feels naturey. You got to be somewhere with nature or animals. I know animals are your thing too. It feels like you need to kind of just go to something really simplistic. And find that restarting point. And it's going to be okay because there's new beginnings coming. And this was Spirit saying, like, this was a life lesson. I'm sorry, I don't like to say that because none of us like that. But there was something about this that Spirit's kind of telling me you needed to learn something from it in some way. So you'll look back at it later. Oh, and I'm getting goosebumps from that.
Mm-hmm.
You'll look back at it and be like, okay, now I understand. And maybe now you don't feel that way, and that's totally okay. Process, regroup, spend some time in nature, do some things. And it's like you have a fresh slate, and I don't feel like it's something to be worried about. I'm like, it's a fresh slate. What do you want to do? And don't rush into it. Take your time is what I'm feeling. So just take your time, regroup, and move forward. So I'm sorry. All of that.
You're killing me. That was so perfect. Oh my gosh. I know the backstory, which is why I'm handing this over to you. And there were so many times Marina is laughing at me because the look on my face, I'm just like, Amber, I swear I told her nothing, not a word.
Oh, I didn't know. We haven't had much time to talk lately, Amber, and much to my sadness. But,
much to mine as well, but wow.
So yes, so you're gonna. This is a time to regroup and go back to. This is where it feels like you're in your childhood bedroom sitting. That's like I'm feeling like you're back in your bedroom or a new dorm room, and you're like, oh, okay, this is a new beginning, and I can. What does this look like? This is a new adventure. That's the feeling you're going to have if you don't have it right now. That's okay. You've got to process and ground and go into nature. Something about animals, and I see you like in water animals. Like, I don't know if you can go somewhere where there's water animals, but I feel like, okay, I would say like SeaWorld, because that's my really only like a way to like being in a tank of water with a orca or something is what I'm kind of seeing, or some sea, like being somewhere where there's animals that are around you and that energy is just very soothing for you. Whatever that might look like. And it could just be your animals at home, but there's something about the water and the animals. I don't know what that is or resonates with you. So I think you've studied something with water and animals, but I don't know if you do anything like with that. So I will leave you with that, Miss Amber. And no, we're sending you love. Everything will be okay. So hugs from us. So, I would say this too shall pass, right?
It will.
And I was laughing. My aunt goes, she goes, I can't believe you. I go, if I'm not laughing, I'm going to be crying. So I'm laughing. So I know there's not a lot of water in Arizona, but I see you like at a water thing with water animals. So
going to an aquarium soon. It's a fun experience going to an aquarium with Amber because she minored in marine science. So you don't just walk in and go, oh, the pretty fishies. You get the whole backstory on mating rituals and whether they're male or female, or I don't know, patterns of weather that affect. I mean, it's amazing. It is absolutely so much fun.
I think you have all that knowledge to share, right? That's exciting. Yeah. So, yes. All right. So we are. I don't know if we missed anybody who's joined us, but we are at an hour mark, Val, and I know I value your time, and I don't know if you want to hang out and do any signs, or should we call it a day, or wait? It's up to you.
I'd be willing if somebody else has two more questions they want to follow up with or something, to maybe do a couple more questions and then maybe sign off if anybody else needs a little more clarity on something, or maybe a different subject we didn't get to cover.
No, and I think Amber's hopping off. Thank you. Good luck with the move. I had no idea, but I'm like, she's moving boxes. She's got to be moving too. So have a good night, Amber. Good luck. Keep me posted what's going on. Yeah, or I know we had two people who were Pisces, and if they're still on, we can pull a little message for Pisces if you want.
That might be our fish connection. Look at this one. I love this one. Look, harvest the honey.
Aww.
So get all the sweet things. Find the sweetness in all of it.
Okay.
I love that.
Gotta find the sweetness in life, right? That's like been my new motto, like this week when I'm feeling a little sad or something's not quite going right, I'm like, okay, like what are the good things? I think I was listening to a meditation that said that. Like take a moment to go within and just be grateful for what you have. And if you ground yourself, you actually feel so much better about everything. So I think Joe Dispenza is doing a million different meditations. He's like branching off like crazy. And I like every morning I could open up my YouTube and he's got a new 20-minute meditation. And I'm like, oh, okay, right here it is.
Who is this doing the meditations?
Joe Dispenza.
Oh, goodness gracious. He's amazing.
He's like branched off to like 3 new YouTube channel. Like he's got somebody's got to be writing these meditations because every day he's coming up with a new 20-minute one. And I know it's tough to come up with one once a month, right? It's a new one, but like every day he's so in depth with different things. And I'm like, gosh, he's an amazing meditation writer person. So
that is amazing.
All right. So my Pisces, I pulled if your birth month is Pisces.
Oh, thank you, Danelle. Danelle is going to hop off too. She's got some healing energy coming our way. Thanks, Danelle.
Oh, we love it. Thank you. All right, my Pisces friends, I pulled 3 cards. We got the Page of Fire. Okay. So, again, this card I think's come up a couple times for people. So it's all about moving ahead, but look at how she's longingly looking at the globe. She's got the dragon ready to take flight. So what is it that you want to take flight on? What is it that you want to take action on? New beginnings, creating. I feel like, you've got that globe and you're creating, or almost like it's an egg, a dragon egg in there. So my Pisces friends, you are creating something new is coming. And you've got the Chariot. So you're going to be making a move on this. So whatever this is, and this could be a physical move, but I feel like you're ready to move on this creative idea. So my Pisces friends, what is this idea? What are you moving ahead with? And I feel like it's going to be rapid because look at how they're taking off quite rapidly and she's got her wings out. So look for movement. You're moving forward with this. Maybe you've been waiting and you've been thinking, but I feel like you're at the edge of that cliff and you're ready to take flight with that. Know though that here comes the 7 of air again, and we've had this. So don't be too hasty with jumping right in with both feet. You might have to do a little bit of tweaking or revising or changing something. There might be a slight obstacle, and it's just something you have to kind of take a pause, like we said with this card before, think it through and kind of think, okay, what is it that I need to kind of change to move forward? So your idea and the whole part of it is very solid. You're ready to take action and move forward, but know that there might be something you just need to make a revision for or change or something, a little bit of an obstacle, and then you're going to move forward full force, I feel like, with this. So yes, my Pisces friends, what did you get?
I've got a couple of cards. I've got the Karma card reversed. Now, this card is the Judgment card, but it's from the Witch deck, so it's the Karmas. Yeah, they're all kind of like celebrating under the eclipsing moon over here, or the eclipsing sun. This card is really about being reversed like this. I feel this is like there are some things that you still need to process. There's some things that you still need to work out before you try to move forward too fast, because I think there's some unhealed things sort of that you've heard about working with the shadow side probably, and really kind of getting those things, really being clear on those things and deciding how they work for you. I've also got the Moon card reversed. So I feel like you're getting a little disconnected from your instincts. And based on these 2 cards together, I almost feel like, you see how they've got some echoes here, how some of the artwork is similar. I feel like this is coming from an outside source. I feel like there's somebody that is trying to kind of hide the sun from you and not let you connect with that happier part of you. So if you're having a situation right now where you're dealing with somebody that might have some more narcissistic tendencies or might feel like they're kind of in it for them and kind of shoving you out of the picture, you might really want to kind of take a look at that. And Moira is telling me Moon is the Pisces card. And I think that it's reversed. You're not being able to really shine your true light. So really, these are both. They're both kind of eclipsed. So you're not really shining your true light. And I feel like, again, it is kind of, you're disconnected from that. And I do feel like that's an outside source keeping you disconnected. So try to get that moved out of your way, whatever that means to you. And I think that things will brighten up again for you.
I think she said my latest idea was to take a working holiday. So she said interesting reading. So
Oh, nice.
What is the working holiday? What does that look like for you? Again, I grabbed the page of fire still. So it's that being creative, being creative, creating something new, ready to go forward. So is something with work something you're creating? Are you on a new project? Um, what is the working holiday? Why do you need to take it with work instead of taking it personally? I feel like maybe that's the conflict maybe we're sensing, like, or is somebody coming with you on this work vacation too? That's something that keeps popping in my mind. So
I got this one too. As I'm asking that question as well, I've got the magician. And the magician, if you want to take a working holiday, I'm getting almost like this is a great way to write it all off on your taxes, go do something and actually be able to justify without taking too much time off and being too much of a disruption. I think that that's a good idea. But remember, you've got a world of possibilities and you can make whatever you want happen. He has all the tools available right here at his fingertips. Don't let anybody tell you that you don't have that infinite amount of possibility. I think right now you haven't had a holiday in 15 years. This is the time to make the most of it. Do something that really speaks to your soul. And if that means that you have a dinner and you sit down and talk to someone and you grab the bill and now it's write-offable on your taxes because you did work during your holiday, I think this is definitely a good time for you to try that, Moira.
yeah, and make the holiday what you want it to be. If it's something you can do that pertains to what you do for work, make it fun too. Like, so it's not really like work, right? If you do something you love, it's not necessarily work. So, but it feels like you need a break to go. And don't, it feels like if there's somebody you're going with, or I feel like if there's a participant with this work trip to make this work, like, don't let them bring you down. Something about someone's energy could be the one that, kind of taints it a little bit. Like, it only takes that one person when you're at a retreat or a group to kind of bring the whole group down. So make sure that working holiday is better than no holiday. Absolutely. But make
Totally
sure
agree.
that you take a little bit of time for yourself too. I feel like you need a little self. I see you by the pool or going to the spa where you just need a little self pamper time too. And I think that's really important with part of that. So remember, you can't take care of everybody else if you can't take care of yourself, right? All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We always love to come on and hang out with you. We hope your readings resonated. We hope to see you at if you want a longer reading, Val's information for mediumship is at the bottom. You can also join us next Friday at 4:30 Arizona time, 7:30 Eastern Standard, and we're going to do the mini psychic fair online. So if you want to get, absolutely, Marina, it's very important. If you want to get a little more personalized reading, we're doing 10-minute readings for $20, and you just buy the tickets online at the website, alittlebitofkindness.org. And don't forget to join Tea Time Talk Show, Spirit Tribe Tea Talk Show, second Wednesday of the month, and it will be on YouTube. So check it out at 4:30 Arizona time, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, or it'll be recorded and you can watch us whenever you have popcorn and want to sit down. All right. Have a great night, you guys. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right.